Hi, so today I am going to be talking about another graphic novel. This one is called Eat and Love Yourself by Sweeney Boo. This came out this year, 2020. This book follows a young woman. She's 27. Her name's Mindy. Mindy lives on her own and she has depression, bulimia, and body dysmorphia. But she drowns herself in eating whenever she's overwhelmed or she's sad. She just eats. And at one point in time, she's at a restaurant with her friend, and her friend is talking to her about something that she's not particularly comfortable, and she said her friend told her that she was shoving food in her mouth instead of focusing on the conversation. So, the story starts with Mindy at a club with her friend, and she's just sitting at the bar drinking soda. And eventually, her friend comes over and brings over these two guys, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go dance. You should join us." And her friend drags her out to the dance floor and stuff. Her friend gets drunk, and Mindy brings her back to her apartment to sleep it off and whatnot. And she goes to feed her cat and realizes there's no cat food. So then she runs across the street to a convenience store to pick up some food and stuff. And while she's in the convenience store, she sees this chocolate bar called Eat and Love Yourself, and it's this milk chocolate bar that is supposed to change your life. And the guy at the convenience store says it's from like a local company. So she's like, well, I support local companies and it's chocolate. So she takes the chocolate bar, but she doesn't eat it immediately. I don't remember if she eats it that night or if it's later, but basically every time she eats a chocolate bar or a piece of the bar, it takes her to a memory. The only unrealistic thing to myself, being a sweet fanatic, is that like instead of eating one little tiny piece of the chocolate bar, I would have eaten like the whole chocolate bar and then gone on like an acid trip, hallucination, dreams kind of thing, memory lane, just because of eating way too much chocolate. But she's good. She only eats one piece of chocolate at a time. It's like it looks like a Hershey's bar, so you just break off a piece and eat it. It brings her to different memories surrounding her, like what triggers her eating disorder and what triggers her depression, and her father always being angry at her for being slow to leave or slow to eat, and always talking about her weight and how she looks, and her feeling inadequate with her parents, and even her mom, who at first seemed like the nicer of the two parents, at one point in time snaps at her in one of her memories. And there was a boy she liked in high school, and he didn't do it, it was somebody else, but it just triggered her to not want to deal with anyone, and she just has a tendency to isolate herself. And so the whole story is basically about her going through this memory lane with the chocolate and realizing that she does have an issue and she needs to readdress it, because her parents sent her to therapy when she was a kid, but now that she's older, it seems like maybe that's the path it's gonna take. The story kind of just like ends. You're just kind of left assuming that, or wondering, is her life going to get better from here on out? Is she gonna get control of her eating disorder? Is she, gonna genuinely start loving herself more and open herself up to the idea of relationships, romantic relationships, and building more friendships and that kind of stuff, and working on her relationship with her parents. There were a lot of things that were dropped, I want to say. Fight with her friends just kind of dropped. Fight with her parents just kind of dropped. Like, addressed slightly, but not to the point where you feel like satisfied. And I guess that's life. But the way the story ends, it's just like, okay, this is another story that's like, well, maybe if there was another, I would read it, but I'm not exactly sure. I did absolutely love the artwork. I think out of all the graphic novels I've read thus far in 2020, this one is definitely the most gorgeous. It is from, I think, the same studio as Giant Days. I don't know if Pumpkinheads is from the same studio. Or publisher, rather, I should say. The artwork is just beautiful. I like the coloring on it. It's all by the author is also the artist in this, which is really cool. I love the coloring. I just think it was really, 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 really well done. I think the biggest takeaway I would say from this novel, like the biggest message, is that really you should be careful what you say to people. Like, the way you talk to people matters, and that's something that we learn when we're young. Even her friend who was, trying to help her just came off so negatively that she caused an even bigger rift in their relationship, and Mindy kind of spiraled again with overeating and just isolating herself, and her parents did the same thing, and that was the main tension in this entire novel. There's not really a plot other than she has to figure out how to love herself through eating this chocolate. Like, it's very basic. It is cute. I would give it a read. Other than that, that's all I gotta say about this one. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna sign off for now. If you like my content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Alright, until next time, have a fantastic day and happy reading. Bye!